Johnson. That's going to mess me up.
Johnson? What do you have with Johnson?
Oh, he's a bench player, but he's going to be their sixth man.
I think Lane Dooley gets some playing time, and Nathan Price. I think Nathan Price is a senior.
Okay.
But he's I meant to go back and watch some more of the film today. Man, I didn't get a chance. I did not get a chance.
I see nothing on here for them.
And then yesterday I went and watched for the girls. You know, I went and watched Gordonsville, and which they're the Tigerettes, by the way. You ever heard anybody called the Tigerettes? I've never heard that. It was always Lady Tiger.
Yeah. It would be different. Really, this is a do or die situation, man. It's win or go home.
It sure is, man. Well, it's win or go home for both at Sub-State. You know, I'm really excited about this game. I feel good about this game. You know, and number 35, Caden McCormack, that's going to be their stud tonight. I had to get some confirmation on that because I couldn't remember the guy's number from before. And I meant to go back and watch some film, which I did go back and peek a little bit on Sunday morning, but I immediately went over and watched football with the Lady Cats, you know. But I think we got a good matchup here tonight. I know we fell short the first two times that we played them. You know, we just didn't play very good, you know, and Richland came out and they executed. And I think tonight is going to be much different. I think tonight the Cats are going to come out. They're hot. They're ready. They're a much different team. I believe they're going to come out. They're going to control the boards. They're going to control the points. And I think they're going to take care of this ball game tonight and handle business, is what I believe.
Well, that's what we've got to do. If we're going to win this game, we've got to control the rebounds. We got to make sure that we limit Richland's second chance opportunities and try to maximize on ours as much as possible. Let's talk about some of these young Wildcats that are coming alive here. Of course, we could talk about Cayman Canfield. He's been leading the team all season long. Probably a young man that should have been a Mr. Basketball finalist, in my opinion. And I know there's a lot of very talented players in the state of Tennessee, but I'm hard-pressed to believe that there's anybody out there that's playing a more pivotal role for his team right now than Cayman Canfield.
Well, I think he'll get the opportunity to prove his point, you know. And I'm sure he's not the one that's fighting for it too bad, but I know all these fans were. And, you know, and I'm sure his mother was. I know Coach Franks was, you know. So he'll get a chance to prove it, you know. And he can do it tonight by helping his team, by helping the Wildcats advance to the state tournament and giving themselves a shot at the state championship.
And to talk to the young man, you hear him right away. He could care less about the individual award. He wants his team to get back to Murfreesboro. He wants to come home with a gold ball.
He wants to come home with the first ever Wildcat championship. We got three state Final Fours and maybe four up there. Or maybe four. Yeah, 1, 2.
We should have four.
4, 5.
We got five. Yeah, one from last year.
So
yeah. 3, 4. Yeah, we should have 5.
Yep.
Should have 5.
Yep.
Logan Davis, senior, another senior, is going to be very integral tonight. Logan's done a really good job as the point guard for us this year. He's limited turnovers. But then let's talk about these two young freshmen that have come alive here. And I know you want to talk about one of them in particular. Well, Kaysen is the one who kind of iced the last couple games for us against Perry County.
Yeah,
big time steal the other night.
Drew Vargas, 15 points. You know, Drew Vargas had 15 huge points for us the other night. And, you know, I really like this entire team. I know we're trying to capitalize and speak about the two freshmen, which I think they're doing an absolute great job. earning every minute that they get on the floor. But I think each player that plays has a pivotal role. You know, you're talking about pivotal role with Kamen. I think if you don't have Nate, you don't have enough hustle. I think if you don't have Logan, you don't have the guard that you need. If you don't have Case, you don't have that three-point shot set up there. And even his defense has kind of come to life a little bit here lately. You know, and then, you know, of course, where he said Kamen and then Drew and then Case Butler. Can't forget Case Butler. My goodness. That guy can get all over the boards down there if you let him. So I know he's going to work hard down there. I know he's going to do his best. And, you know, tonight is the last night for these seniors to play on this court as a high school Wildcat football player. Basketball player, yeah. Sorry, I'm already on football season.
You are. I thought about that earlier myself. Yeah.
And, you know, so this is it for them. It's an emotional night for them. You know, I still remember the last time we played here as a senior. I remember who against and everything. We weren't going to talk about it, you know. It wasn't very pretty. But I remember the last time that we played here, my older brother, when I was a freshman. I remember the last game we played here before we went to sub-state, you know. So, you know, and I remember Justice Bell last year, you know, all those guys, Will, and they're here watching, supporting, which is very much appreciated. You know, those two guys done a lot of great things for the Wildcats as well, leading them to the state Final Four last year. And, you know, we got a huge crowd tonight. And, you know, yeah. I transitioned from the players to the stand, but I can't help it. I'm looking around, and there are people everywhere. You know, you got Richland is pretty much full over there. You got a little section that doesn't really have but, like, you know, a few kids. Wildcat section,
it's standing room only. Yeah.
Exactly. I don't think there's another seat in the house. And I know the other night I said that there was a few. Right now, I'm not seeing any. And then you got the student section that is completely overflooded and all over the floor here. And they've already been told to back up a little bit. So we'll see how that goes. But they're all the way up to the top here, to the second to the top. And I expect them to be very loud. And it's probably going to be hard for us to hear each other on the radio tonight.
Yeah, I mean, thankfully we're up here. We're not like we're at McEwen where we're down on the floor and the fans are like 3 feet behind us and everything. But, yeah, I'm right there with you. I think this place will be rocking. The Cats are going to come out here. They're going to try to take care of business. I'm like you. I believe we can get it done, but at the same token, Richland is a very talented team. And we've said it a million times. You get to this level right here and you get to this point in the season, nothing is easy, right?
You have to control the boards. We say that, but I'm telling you, tonight you have to do that. This is a tall and talented team. They will crash and they will flood the boards. Mm-hmm. You have to box them out and hold them there, you know, appropriately and get the board yourself. Cause them, make sure you shot fake. Cause them to jump. Go into the air to it. You control the boards, play good defense, and I think the Wildcats come out victorious as they handle business tonight. I know I got made fun of for saying that. You say that a lot. That's because that's what I mean. Okay, that's exactly what I mean. The Wildcats are going to come take care of business tonight, and they're going to be headed to the state championship, state tournament next week.
So we're going to have tip-off action going on here for you in about 2.5 minutes. We'll get this thing started. It's Wayne County against Richland in sub-state action. We're going to bring you all that action, so stay right here with us. This is sub-state basketball on Big Oldies Radio.
For tonight's Class 1A sub-state action between the Raiders of Richland and your Wayne County High School Wildcats. At this time, would you please rise for the invocation given by a senior Wayne County High student, Dane Brown. Following the invocation of this state as we honor with the playing of our national anthem. Let us pray. Dear Father, we let you again tonight, Lord, just to come to the best for basketball. I thank you for the movement of things that you do. I pray for good between us tonight. I pray for good food, for your sake, my safety. I want to ask you something.
Back into Big Oldies Radio as we bring you the conclusion of the playing of the national anthem, and now both teams have completed shoot-arounds, and we're ready for the introduction.
For tonight's Class 1A sub-state action between the Richland Raiders and your Wayne County High School Wildcats. At this time, let's meet our guests from Richland. Number 3, Jack Jackson. Number 4, Will Shirey. Number 22, Cooper Jackson. Number 25, Jamison Andrews. And number 35, Cade McCormick. And now the starting lineup for your Wayne County High School Wildcats. Out by 10, senior number 10, Logan Davis. Out by 11, sophomore, number 12, Case Bryant. 6'4", senior number 25, Nathan Canfield. Out by 11, junior number 32, Nick Stevens. And a 6'3", junior number 33, Case Butler. The Wildcats are coached by Ryan Franks with the assistance of Coach Ryan, Jason J.
And just like we want to, we want to row here. We got to watch 35 right here. He's our top dog. You know, the other guys contribute very well that I remember, and I'm sure we'll get some information figured out here. Cats got to come out hot, play hot all game. Let's go.
So Cade McCormick and Case Butler at center court, ready for the tip-off. Cats are lined up, ready to go. Richland on the visitor side of the court. We're waiting for the tip. We're looking for the officials to blow the whistle and signal that we're ready. There it is. And here comes the official with the ball in. There's the tip. The tip is away, and it is going to be controlled by the Raiders. So Richland, early on, we control the basketball. Jamison Andrews brings the ball up the floor, gets it over to McCormick. McCormick dribbles and drives straight up the lane. Case Butler comes in and gets a block, but we're going to get a foul called. That's going to put McCormick at the line 12 seconds into this game. Case Butler picks up his first foul of the game, first team foul against Wayne County, and McCormick is going to go to the line to shoot two. Love the hustle.
I love it. From here, it looks clean. He may have got him with the body. I don't know. That's what he said with the push.
Yeah.
So, he didn't get him for a hack or anything. He got him for a push. So he must have had his other hand maybe supporting on his side or something along those lines.
It looked to me like it was clean ball, but like you said, probably something else happening down low. And now Richland is going to show pressure in the full court. They've got three guys. Two guys immediately collapse Logan in the corner. Logan passes ahead, gets the ball to Canfield. Canfield passes ahead to Case Bryant. Bryant pulls up a three. Look over to the student section. Get those three fingers going. Case is feeling it. And the Cats with an early 3-2 lead. Now Shirley drives the ball inside. He puts it off the window and drops it through. Will Shirley with 2 points makes it a 4-3 game. We're going to get some back and forth here early. I'm not sure anybody's going to pull away early, but these two teams are going to feel each other out.
I'm going to say we're going to see a lot of that this whole game, I do believe.
Beavis with the basketball takes it back to Logan Davis back out at the top of the key. The Raiders pulled away from the full court pressure after the first possession. They dropped into the half court playing man-to-man defense here against the Cats. Now the pass out to Bryant out at the top of the key. He finds Davis on the elbow. Davis tosses it back to Beavis. Beavis back over to Bryant. Bryant gets it back around to Logan. Now Logan looking for somewhere to go with the basketball. He's going to back up and dribble it back out to the logo. He goes, fakes left, goes back to the right. Beavis with the basketball.
I expect them to do a lot of that this game. Switch up defense to keep us out of our rhythm is what I believe they're going to try to do.
Canfield pulls up a three-pointer. With the defender in his face, just pulls up that silky smooth shot and knocks it down. Now the pass ahead. Shirley with the basketball dribbles right, and they go to 25 in the corner. He pulls up a three-pointer, no good. Canfield on the rebound. As Jamison Andrews on the shot. Rebound by Canfield and brings it back up the floor. Goes to Case Butler, but the ball is stolen away. The pass ahead to McCormick. And McCormick gives it back to Andrews, coming back across the timeline. Richland with the steal. There's an opportunity to tie or take the lead here. in the first quarter of action. Shirley with the basketball, swings it across to Jack Jackson. He goes to number 22, Jackson in the corner. We got two Jacksons on the floor, so I got to make sure I keep those straight. Jack Jackson drives the lane. Butler cuts him off. He's looking for somewhere to go. He's got McCormick coming in behind, and McCormick right through the lane goes up, takes the pass, and completes the layup.
I thought he was going to jam it there for a second.
He should have. They got up there. Now Davis with the basketball, working back the other direction. He tosses it to Beavis. Beavis dribbles inside, kicks it back out to Case Bryant. Bryant swings it back over to Davis. Davis comes around the screen set by Butler. He wants to drive the lane, and he's going to go up and finish. Goes to Davis with a right-handed layoff right off the window. Makes it an 8-6 advantage for the Cats.
I really like that move by Logan right there. Lay it off the grass, off touch.
Now, Jackson with the ball drives and pulls up from the free throw line. No good. Rebound collected by Kamen Canfield. Canfield brings the ball back up the floor. He's going to slow it down here. Now he's going to bring it around, spins, gives it to Butler, who turns and hands it right back to Canfield. Canfield goes to Bryant in the corner. And now back out to Logan Davis at the top of the key. We got Canfield with the ball. He works and jams inside. He puts up a shot. No good. Rebound brought in by Case Butler. And Case Butler with the putback makes it a 10-6 Wayne County advantage. Nice fight by Butler inside.
A lot of hands in there on that one. Not a big case.
McCormick with the basketball drives, and he dishes out to Jack Jackson. The three-pointer off the mark, no good. Rebound brought down and fought for. I think Andrews has it. He gives it back out to Jack Jackson, swings it over to McCormick. Now McCormick gives it over to Andrews. Andrews kicks it to Jackson in the corner. Three-pointer is up and good. Jack Jackson with a three-pointer answers the call. And we got a 10-9 basketball game here with just under 4 minutes to play in the first quarter of action. Now Davis brings the ball back across the timeline. Jackson is right in his face as soon as he gets across the court. No move room at all whatsoever. Canfield with the ball goes inside to Beavis. Beavis puts up a shot. And now Beavis is going to get fouled. I'm not sure what hesitation was there. It's like he waited for the invitation.
I think he got grabbed on his arm. Number 3. That's going to be on Jack Jackson picking up his first foul as Nate goes to the line to shoot 2 free throws here. Almost a man-1 right there.
Almost. So Nate Beavis at the line to shoot 2 shots. His first shot is up. It rattles in and out. No good. Casey Mosley checks into the game for the Cats as Case Butler goes to the bench. And we're going to get Drew Bogus checking in as well for the shooter, Nate Beavis. Beavis' second shot is up, and it is good. So Beavis is going to make that shot, then he's going to go to the bench as Bogus checks into the game for the Cats. 3:41 to play. We've got an 11-9 basketball game. Andrews brings the ball up the floor for Richland. Gets it over to McCormick on the right-hand side. McCormick comes around, working against Canfield. Gets it back over to Andrews in the corner. Andrews pulls up a three-pointer, and he knocks that down. Richland takes the 12-11 lead here. 3:22 to go in the first quarter of action. Davis brings the ball across the timeline. Gets it over to Case Bryant. And we're going to get a foul called. Will Shirley. That's Will Shirley picking up the foul there. That should be his first foul of the game, second team foul against Richland here in the first quarter. Richland's playing with a lot of hustle right now. They're going after it. They're attacking the basketball. He just got a little too much of the body.
They're going to get 25. Yeah, I was going to say he had a hold of his jersey, pulling him down, or back, I mean.
Yeah, Kaysen trying to get away to get the inbounds pass. Jamison Andrews picked up the foul. Oh, Drew, I'm sorry. Now the student section coming alive over here. Inbounds pass comes to Bogus. Bogus gets it over to Case Bryant. Bryant working back around, goes to Mosley. Mosley kicks it over to Logan Davis. Now he's going to drive. Logan comes in. He's going to get fouled.
It's a shooting, but he was on the floor.
Looks like it was a shot to me. He was driving in to make the layup. And they're going to say floor foul. It looks to me like he was trying to go with it. That one goes against Cade McCormick. That's his first foul. But now Richland is sitting at 14 fouls here.
This ref called it. He changed it.
Okay, now we're going to get changed. So somebody got it right. So that's going to put Logan Davis at the line to shoot 2 shots. With 3:07 to go here in the first quarter. There we go. Davis gets the friendly roll on the first one. Hits the front of the iron and then bounces in. Davis is a really good free throw shooter.
Yeah, we got to be almost perfect from the free throw line tonight.
We do. We can't afford to be missing these at the charity stripe. 13-12 to score off those 2 free throws by Logan Davis. And now Hubert Jackson's going to bring the ball up the floor for Richland. He gets the ball over to Andrews. Andrews back around to McCormick. Back over to Jackson. Jackson driving, wants to go inside. Got a little bit of a push there. And now we're going to get a push call. They're going to call Drew Boggan. Hubert Jackson was going out of bounds. Drew had his hands up. He had his body into him, but they're going to say he pushed him out.
They're probably saying it with his body.
Mm-hmm.
He must have been leaning. I
don't know.
It could have been.
Inbound to Jack Jackson, and Jackson is going to bring the ball back across the timeline. He goes to the right-hand side of the court. Got McCormick set the screen on the left. He goes to Andrews, back over to Cooper Jackson. Got Jackson working inside. He goes back to Andrews. Andrews pulls up from a deep 3 on the elbow. No good. Rebound collected there by Kamen Canfield.
Kamen already has 4 rebounds on the night.
Kamen brings it up the floor, goes to left, and gives it to Case Bryant in the corner. Now Case brings it back out and hands the ball back to Davis. Richland looks like they've switched up here a little bit. They've gone to more of a zone defense. Got 2 guys out top, 3 guys in the back. They're playing a little bit of a, hybrid kind of a defense here. I'm not sure what they're doing. Bryant with a 3-pointer. Case Bryant goes around the screen, step by Mosley, pulled up right there at the elbow and knocked it down. Case Bryant feeling himself right now, and we need him shooting well tonight.
Oh, yeah.
16-12 your score. Cooper comes in and gets the ball to McCormick. Now McCormick's going to drive and kick it back out. This one goes to Jack Jackson in the corner. He knocks it down, another 3. Jackson is a deadly shooter from the corner. We can't leave him open. It's 16-15 right now with 1:34 to play here in the first quarter. Davis brings the ball across the timeline. He wants to go left. Bogus is there, but he's got a defender right on top of him. Now he does get the ball over to Bogus. Bogus kicks it to Case Bryant. Bryant in the corner pulls up a 3. This time off the front of the iron, no good. Rebound collected by Will Shirley for Richland, and he's going to bring the ball back in transition. He wants to take it all the way.
Soft. That's soft.
And we're going to get a foul called against Case Bryant. Bryant, they're going to say, got a little bit of the body into him before he got the shot away. So it's going to be a floor foul called against Case Bryant. That's 3 against Wayne County. That's Case's first of the game.
Well, I haven't blatantly disagreed with the call yet, but I do on that one.
Now we're going to get an inbound here. Nope. We're going to get a 5-second call. So Richland not able to get the ball inbound.
We got Lane Dooley checking in for the Raiders right now.
So Dooley checks in as Andrews goes to the bench. The inbounds comes to Logan Davis, and Davis is going to bring the ball up the floor for the Cats.
Get across that guy counting fast.
He gets it across the timeline, goes right to Case Bryant, comes back to Davis. Davis now gives the ball to Canfield on the left-hand side. Davis with the ball, working around the top, goes back across court to Drew Bogus. Now Bogus kicks it back over to Davis. Davis going to dribble drive, pulls back at the free throw line, little shot fake, gives it to Bryant. Bryant goes to Canfield inside. They got the ball around to Casey Mosley.
I'll take it.
And Mosley found Kamen cutting to the basket. Kamen not able to convert on the shot, but the foul committed by number 22. That is Cooper Jackson picks up his first foul, and that's 5 now against Richland. That's going to put the Cats in the bonus. Kamen's first shot is up and good. And Jamison Andrews is going to check back into the game for Richland as number 22, Cooper Jackson, goes to the bench.
Yeah, they normally only play about 6 or 7 guys, so.
Kamen's second shot is up and good, and now Nate Beavis is going to check back into the game. Case Bryant is going to go to the bench with 40.2 seconds remaining here in the first quarter. Wayne County with a 3-point lead, 18-15 your score. Shirley brings the ball back up the floor. He gets it over in the corner to Dooley. Now Dooley comes back out. He goes right to Jackson. Jackson comes back to the left to Shirley. Shirley wants to drive. He ditches into the corner to Dooley. Dooley pulls up a 3 from the corner, and he knocks that one down. They are getting a lot of play right now off the drive, the penetration, and then finding the open shooter in the corner. That's 3 times tonight they've hit us with that.
Yeah, that kid's not bad. He plays for the same AAU organization as my son does.
Canfield with the ball. We got 5 seconds left. He throws across the floor to Nate Beavis. Beavis puts up a three-pointer, and it's no good. And at the end of the first quarter, your score, Wayne County 18, Richland 18. Stay right here with us. We'll have second quarter action. This is Sub-State Basketball on Big Oldies Radio. Basketball fans, welcome back into Big Oldies Radio as we start the second quarter of action. It's going to be a tie basketball game, 18 apiece. Wayne County with the basketball to begin the second quarter. On the floor for the Cats, we've got Drew Bogus, Kason Mosley, Logan Davis, Nate Beavis, and Kamen Canfield. Davis with the basketball, swings it back over to Beavis on the left-hand side. Beavis back over to Davis. Richland playing a little 2-1-2 here. They get it back to Davis out at the top. Davis drives. He wants to go inside, but they cut him off, so it goes back out to Beavis. Beavis and Davis right now just playing catch back and forth, and they're going to continue that as they're trying to work the ball inside and just can't seem to penetrate the defense. Now Bogus on the right-hand side takes the pass from Canfield. Bogus goes up, and he's going to get fouled. That's going to be Cade's second. Cade's second foul for Cade McCormick, and that's going to put the freshman Drew Bogus at the line to shoot two. I don't know if we can still call Drew in case Fred, or at this point, and like his first shot is up and through. Now McCormick is going to go to the bench for 2 fouls as Hollis Miller checks into the game, and we'll see if that size switch maybe helps the Cats out on the boards a little bit here in the second quarter. Drew knocks both of those free throws through, and now the Cats are showing a little bit of pressure defensively. They're not trapping and not playing full court, but they're pushing it up a little bit and not just letting Richland bring it back.
They call that a soft man or a soft press.
Shirley with the basketball gets it over to Dooley. Dooley gets it back out to Jack Johnson. Jack Jackson working with the basketball out at the top of the key. He comes right, hands the ball to Dooley, who's coming left. Davis has Dooley out at the top. He swings it back over to Jackson. Jackson comes back around to the top of the key now. Got a guy in there in the paint for about an eternity. I'm not sure where the guy's watching the paint there or not, but Hollis was camped out there for a minute.
I'm more watching
Dooley working the basketball back around to the top. He swings it over to Andrews. Andrews now hands the ball back to Jackson. Jackson goes back around to the side to Andrews, who puts up a floater from just inside the three-point line. No good. Rebound by Logan Davis. Pass ahead to Canfield. Canfield goes to Kason Mosley. Nice shot fake by Bogus. Bogus underneath. He got the guy off his feet and then just wasn't able to convert. He waited for him down with the rebound. Yeah. Now Shirley drives with the basketball. He goes back around the top. Kicks it back out to Dooley. Dooley back over to Jackson. And Jackson gives it to Shirley in the corner. Shirley brings it back out to the top of the key, and he's going to reset the offense for Richland. Gives the ball over to Andrews. Andrews goes to the right, gives it back to Hollis. Now Hollis wants to drive inside against Mosley. He's got Mosley right over his face.
Goodness.
And now we get a travel call. He was pivoting and pivoting and pivoting and pivoting, and finally he walks.
Hey, mark my words, hit the number 30 or number 4 is going to get called for a legal screen here in a minute.
So that travel's going to turn the ball back over to the Cats.
I didn't think that they were going to call it there for a second.
I wasn't sure he was going to either. Bryant throws it to Bryant goes to Canfield in the corner. Canfield tries to get Mosley right into the basket and just misfires, and it goes out of bounds.
And Kamen was trying to tell him that was coming. You know, hey, come across. And I think he understood it a little too late.
Yeah. Kamen doesn't hesitate. When he gets the ball in his hands and knows where he wants to go, he's going to move quick.
Yeah.
Jackson with the basketball on the right-hand side. He comes back out to the top of the key. He's got Case Bryant with him out there in his face. Now he gives the ball back to Dooley. Dooley being guarded by Mosley. Mosley goes back to Shirley. Shirley wants to go inside, but it's not there. Jackson swings it back around to Dooley. Dooley goes to Hollis. Hollis kicks it back out to Shirley on the elbow. Shirley's got Logan in his face, and now we're going to get a foul called. And Shirley drove. I believe they're going to call that one on Logan.
Yeah.
Yep, that's going to be Logan's first.
We're going to have Case Butler checking back in, probably for Mosley. Yeah, Mosley's going to the sideline. Dooley also checked out. And I think it was Jamison Andrews that came back in. Maybe wrong.
I think you're right. So now they're just trying to get the ball in bounds, and we've got what's the call here? We're going to get something. They're going to call Logan. They're going to call Logan Davis for a second foul. So Logan's got 2 fouls here with no time coming off the clock. Second team foul against Wayne County.
I didn't see that at all.
I didn't either. They're trying to get the ball in bounds, and the deep pass into the backcourt to Hollis. Hollis gives the ball back over to Jack Jackson, and he's going to bring it back across the timeline. Goes back to Andrews. Andrews out at the top. He's going to drive inside, and he pulls up. Nice little shot fake. Gets the defender in the air, and then he puts it down. So we're back to a 20-20 ball game. Case Bryant has the ball in the elbow. He goes to the corner to Kamen Canfield. Canfield back over to Davis. Davis kicks it back out to Bryant. Bryant drives it inside, and they're going to say he traveled.
Yeah, he kind of hesitated there. I was hoping it wouldn't get called. But
Case was trying to get inside, had a little hesitation step, and the official called that a travel, so that's going to turn the ball back over. Richland gets through the man press, gets it across the timeline. Now they go back to Andrews with the basketball. Wayne County playing man-to-man defensively here. Andrews has the ball on the right-hand side. He's going to hear a shot fake, dribble drive, and the ball goes out of bounds. As ball gets stripped it away from him, it went out of bounds. Last touch by Drew.
all right, let's figure out what this play is.
So now Richland's going to take a timeout. Looks like they're going to take a 30-second timeout with 4:21 to play here in the first half. 20-20 is your score. And I don't know, man, right now this is pretty much what I kind of expected out of the ball game.
What we need is, sorry, I had to figure out why I was telling the cheerleaders off. What we need right now is Logan to drive a little bit, to safely drive. You don't want him to pick up a charge and pick up that third foul, but we need him to drive and draw some fouls here. And, I mean, he came in, and those guys can do it too. So,
yeah, I kind of like. I'm not Coach Franks. If I was, I wouldn't be up here. I'd be down there. But
I don't want to be Coach Franks.
I don't want to be either. But I think if I'm Coach Franks, I'm looking to get the ball into Kamen's hands and let Kamen drive a little bit with his size.
Give him a little bit of time. He'll come alive and do some good big things.
Yes, he will. We have the inbound. See, Case Butler gets the inbounds pass. He takes it away, and the ball goes out. The ball goes out of bounds. Case tried to hit Kamen Canfield gunning. Richland had a defender that got in there and got his hand on the out of bounds off of the Wayne County dog. Wow. That's bad. That's a bad call right there. I think even some of the Richland faithful are looking at that going, we got away with one right there.
Yeah.
So now Jackson gives the ball back over to Andrews. Andrews has the ball out at the top of the key. He swings it to the right-hand side to Shirley. Shirley's got ball that's right in his face. He wants to go somewhere with it. Now he's going to dribble it back out to the top of the key. And he's standing with 1 foot on the logo at half court. He goes left to Andrews. Andrews wants to go inside. Hollis is not there, so he kicks it back out to Shirley. Shirley goes to Hollis. Hollis wants to dribble, drive inside, and we're going to get a travel call. That travel call against Hollis is going to turn the ball back over to the Cats.
Here comes Dooley checking back in. I got a question. Am I seeing things wrong, or has both teams only scored 2 points here in this quarter?
Yes, it was 18-18, and now we're 20-20, 2 points apiece, and a very, very low-scoring quarter here in the second quarter. Bryant has the ball on the right-hand side. He goes to Butler in the corner. Butler kicks it back out to Case. Now Case going to drive left, goes back out to Logan. Logan brings it across to Drew. Drew's got it right there on the elbow. He gives it back out to Logan on the outside. Logan wants to drive right-hand side. He kicks it over to Bryant. Case Bryant with the basketball. looks inside, not there, so now he gets it back over to Canfield. Canfield back to Butler. Butler goes underneath the basket to Boggins. Boggins goes and finishes. Boggins with another 2 points, puts Wayne County back out in front. We've got just under 3 minutes to go here in the first half.
Yeah, this soft press is not facing Richland at all. They just walk it on down.
They are. Shirley with the basketball has got nobody in front of him. He drives, and now he's going to kick the ball back out to Andrews.
He did a great job driving to force our guy to collapse on him.
Yep.
And then kicking it in the corner there.
And that's now 4 times that they've hit us on that drive and kick to the corner. We're getting killed.
Yeah, he grabbed his arm.
And we're going to get a foul called here.
I don't know who he's going to call it on, but that kid grabbed his arm.
They're calling it against 25. That's Andrews. Jamison Andrews picks up his second foul of the game. That's 2 team fouls now against Richland here in the third quarter.
30, Hollis Miller has checked back in for the Raiders. That's the kid I was saying watching because him and Fuller, they set a lot of legal screens.
And Beavis and Mosley have checked back into the game for the Cats as Logan Davis and Butler go to the he pulls up a 3, no hesitation. It falls through. Cats back out to a 2-point advantage, 25-23.
That was nasty.
Shirley swings the ball around. Jack Jackson drives the lane. He's going to pull it back around, goes to Dooley. Now back out to Jackson. Jackson back to Dooley, comes around to the top of the key. Shirley now with the basketball. He's going to drive inside. This time the shooter on the corner not there. He gives it back to Dooley. Dooley now in the corner has got Beavis in his face, and he's going to drive. Now he kicks it to Hollis on the elbow, and Hollis puts down a 3-pointer.
I mean, do they miss any threes? I mean,
I haven't seen them. I've seen them miss 1 so far tonight by my count. Case Bryant brings the ball back up the floor for Wayne County, now with a 1-point deficit, 26-25. Richland out in front. Canfield with the this time Canfield on the offensive football. He goes up from he was almost at the D and third on the court there when he pulled that trigger, and that one fell through, no issue at all. Wayne County back in front. Now Shirley with the basketball, dribbles inside, he kicks it out to Jack Jackson. Jackson wants to drive the baseline, but he's not there, so he turns and brings it back out. Now Hollis with the ball, swings it back across to Dooley. Dooley dribbles, drives inside, Mosley right in his face. He kicks it out to Jackson. Jackson goes back to Dooley on the corner. Now they go to Shirley. Shirley has it there, and he gives it back to Jackson. Beavens is covering Jackson in the corner. We're just inside of a minute to play here in the first half. The student section comes alive right here for Wayne County. Now the ball to Shirley. Shirley got away. I think it was a kick ball right there.
hit his knee.
Shirley's going to hold the basketball. It looks like Richland's going to hold and try to get the last shot of the half here to see if they can tie it or take the lead going into halftime. Shirley dribbles left and goes to the opposite side of the floor. So Canfield's in his face out there. Shirley's dribbling out just across midcourt on the left-hand side of the floor. Now he's going to dribble back to the right. He's going to settle back and come back left. Payman giving him a little bit of space.
Yeah, with the time ticking, you don't want to get beat off that right there. That's smart. I think Coach Franks called him to take it, or not called him, but told him to sit back.
So Payman now slips back, and now Shirley's going, no, are you kidding me? That's the weakest thing I've ever seen in my life. Shirley drove, and they're going to say Kamen put him fouled him there. That's going to be 1 foul against Canfield. First foul against him, 3rd team foul now against Wayne County. But we got 6 seconds to play here in the first half. They're calling some weak stuff on that end of the floor down there.
Yeah, I don't know what they saw, but
he breathed on him, I guess. Now the inbounds to Dooley. Dooley puts up a shot. I saw a clean block right there. The official saw it differently. So Kason Mosley is going to pick up a foul. That's going to be his first foul of the game, and 4 fouls now against Wayne County. 1.3 seconds elapsed on that, and that's going to put Dooley at the line to shoot 2. First shot for Dooley is on the way, and it rattles in. Hollis is checking back into the game for Richland. If Dooley makes this one, Wayne County will have the basketball with just under 5 seconds to go. So whatever they do, it's going to have to be very quick. Can't hesitate. Dooley knocks that one through. Now Richland applies the full court pressure. They go to Canfield. Canfield dribbles, drives up the floor. Canfield's going to pull up from deep, and it's going to be off the mark. At the end of the first half, we got a tie basketball game. 28 all is your score at the half. Stay right here with us. We'll have first half stats and analysis. This is Sub-Sec basketball on Big Oldies Radio. Welcome back into Big Oldies Radio. Sub-state action tonight. Richland and Wayne County are deadlocked at 28 apiece at the end of the first half. And Will, I believe you got some stats for us, do you not?
Yeah, man, I got you. You know I do. Over here keeping these stats for you. All right, so for the Richland Raiders, number 3, Jack Jackson has 6. Number 4, Will Shirley has 2. Number 22, Cooper Jackson has nothing right now. Number 25, Jamison Andrews has 8. Number 35, Kate McCormack has 4. Number 20, Lane Dooley has 5. And number 30, Hollis Miller has 3. For our Wayne County High School Wildcats, we got number 10, Logan Davis with 4. Number 12, Case Bryant with 6. Number 25, Cameron Canfield with 11. Number 32, Nate Beavis with 1. Number 33, Case Butler with 2. And number 22, Drew Bogus with 4 tonight. So we really got to get some things going here in the second half. We've got to continue to grind, continue to play hard. It's been a fun game. Both teams have scored the same amount of points each quarter. Both had 18, then 10, so that's why the score is tied at 28 right now. That's pretty phenomenal. That's pretty awesome is what that is. Even foul counts and turnovers are pretty similar as well. Mm-hmm. So, it's a really good basketball game, where these are my favorite type of high school basketball games, is when they're coming down, they're close like this. Wildcats coming out of the locker room right now.
Eagleville leads Henry County at the half, 33-20.
All right, so Eagleville is leading Perry County right now at the half of 33-20, I believe is what I heard.
That's what I heard.
I meant to pull that up.
Yeah.
I need to do that. So
All right. Yeah, we got to figure out, and I'm sure Coach Franks is working on it with his staff and trying to figure this out, but they Richland is killing us right now on the drive and the kick to the corner.
Yeah.
That play has been there for him at least 4 or 5 times tonight. So you look at that and say that's a 12 to 15 point differential right there, and we got to figure out a way to stop that defensively. I think offensively, if we just keep doing what we're doing, we'll be okay. We just got to figure out a way to try to neutralize that and see if we can't do something with it on the other end of the floor.
You teach your kids, especially if you're in a zone, but even if you're in a man, you got this, what we like to call help side defense.
Mm-hmm.
So you see someone driving, and as fast as they're driving, you're trying to prevent an easy bucket. So, I understand that they're hitting these threes, but you can't really completely come out of that help side defense. And then if you do, maybe, let's use this for instance. Like that last one they got over here. If they're driving down the right side of the floor toward the rim, and he has to pick his dribble up and kick it. So the guy that was guarding the guy in the corner, maybe he sticks with him, and the guy that was guarding him floods to the corner. Maybe that's what I'm thinking as a coach, because it's difficult. Because if you're going one direction, to stop and get yourself going the other direction.
Yeah.
This guy's already going that direction, so go ahead and move along and hit the corner there.
Yeah.
That might be the best option. That may be what they talked about. I don't know. He's much smarter than me, especially in basketball. So, I'm sure they got some type of game plan drawn up right now. Richland still hasn't come out right now. They're still down there discussing their game plan to come out against the Cats. And we need the Cats to come out on fire. We need them to continue to play hard, continue to get on the boards, and take the necessary shots to win this ball game. Just, my favorite words, take care of business.
It is going to be Richland's basketball to start the second half. We're going to have that second half action in about 3 minutes. Stay right here with us. This is Wayne County basketball, Sub-State basketball on Big Oldies Radio. Into Big Oldies Radio, sub-state action tonight at the campus of Wayne County High School, David Aberg Court, as we get ready to start the second half. It's Richland's basketball. We are deadlocked at 28 apiece. Starting five on the floor for both teams. We're keeping an eye on the foul situation. Richland's got 3 guys with 2 fouls. We got 1 guy with 2 fouls. And we got 16 minutes of basketball to play before somebody punches their ticket to the state tournament. McCormick with the basketball. Comes left, hands the ball to Andrews. Andrews works back to the right, goes to Shirley. Shirley kicks it back out to Andrews. Andrews brings it across to Cooper Jackson. Now back to McCormick. McCormick back out to Shirley. Shirley wants to drive. He's got Case Bryant right there cutting him off. Now he kicks it over to the corner to Andrews. Andrews comes around the defender. No good on the shot, and the ball goes out of bounds. They're going to say last touch by Richland. It's going to be Wayne County basketball.
Number 35 came flying in there for the board, and it go down his arm and off his chest.
So the inbounds comes to Logan Davis, and Davis is going to bring the ball back up the floor for Wayne County. Now Cayman Canfield comes out to take the ball away. I like that. Beavis gets the ball back across to Davis. Davis goes to Bryant. Bryant trying to get the ball in the corner to Canfield, and the ball kicked out of bounds by McCormick. Goes into the 4th row of the stands. Did it hit somebody?
Yeah, it hit. I can't remember his name. That's a nice brother right there. I think he's pastoring a church nearby.
We got a pause of action right here because that basketball kicked off of McCormick. Completely unintentional. Yeah. But it came up and hit one of the fans in the over on the scoring table side, sitting down in the plastic chairs here. We got a gentleman here who's been hit in the face with the basketball, and it's an older gentleman, so we're going to stop right here and give our medical staff and his family an opportunity to attend to him. We want to make sure he's okay.
Yeah. I see a little bit of smiling around him right now, and he's probably telling them, leave me alone, I'm good.
He's probably embarrassed right now, to be honest with you. All this attention. No, everybody comes to the basketball game, they want all the attention on the floor.
I think it's right. I just couldn't remember his name.
Cleveland Flippo?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, let's embarrass him further and call his name on the radio. How about that? Perry County trails Eagleville 35-22, and it looks like Mr. Flippo is okay as everybody is kind of coming away now. They're still just kind of double checking on him, but
I'm not blaming it on the bench, but I'm gonna blame it on Coach Franks for not stopping that.
Coach Franks should have stopped it. That's right.
He moved.
Both teams back on the floor. The inbounds comes to Cayman Canfield. Now Canfield going to come across the timeline. He goes left to Beavis. Beavis comes right to Davis. Davis goes to Bryant. Bryant kicks it to Canfield in the corner. Canfield back out to Bryant. Bryant over to Davis. Davis now going to reset. He resets the offense, looks to Coach Franks. Coach Franks calls the play, and now the Cats are going to go back into it. Davis gives it to Beavis on the left-hand side. Now Davis comes around, goes into the corner, and the
took a long time.
Yeah, the pass there, but unfortunately the amount of time it took, the defense collapsed down on him, so no shot there. Beavis with the ball on the left-hand side goes inside to Butler.
Yeah.
And we're going to get a travel call. Okay, struck his foot, John. He's trying to go to the basket, and that's going to turn the ball back over to Richland. I'm noticing something here, a little bit of a pattern developing. We're not getting a lot of scoring here in the early going of these quarters. Now Jackson drives to the inside. That shot no good. Rebound is going to be saved.
That's so late.
Oh, are you kidding me? Beavis hustling to try to get the basketball and save it.
He may have touched the sideline, but man, I just feel like, we already had it in our hands.
But we're going to get the sideline call right here. So Richland going to retain possession. Shirley taking the ball out, goes right underneath to McCormick. McCormick goes underneath with a reverse layup. He knocks it through and finishes. Makes it a 30-28 basketball game.
Basket to make it over Cayman like that too.
Yes, sir. Bryant with the ball on the elbow swings it back inside to Butler. Now Butler comes back out. He's got to have somewhere to go with it. Somebody comes. Now Coach Frank's going to take a timeout.
I thought he might.
30-second timeout taken by Wayne County here with 6:08 to play. 30-28 your score. Richland has pulled back in front.
Yeah, that was a nice move there by McCormack. He went underneath the rim, hit him with a little reverse. Tucked in and swatted at it, just couldn't get to it. That was a nice move. Nice take by that kid.
Sometimes it just goes like that, you know.
Yeah.
I mean, it is what it is.
Updated score for Eagleville. They got 5 minutes and 20 seconds remaining in the third quarter, according to NFHS, and Eagleville is ahead 37-22.
Eagleville is going to be a tough matchup for just about anybody.
I caught a peek at it a couple times when we had a couple whistles there. Goodness gracious, spit it out, Will. And Perry County's not getting set good defensively before they drive by. I think they're driving right by them.
Canfield takes the inbounds. It goes left to Beavis. Beavis brings it back around to Davis. Davis goes to Canfield in the corner. Now Canfield's got a defender in his face. He goes in. He wants to go inside, but it's not there. McCormick takes it away. And now he gives the ball to Shirley. Shirley brings it back up the floor. Goes to Jackson in the corner. Jackson kicks it back out to Shirley, who's at the top of the key working against Bryant. He goes to the right-hand side, gives it to Andrews. Now Andrews going to drive left, and he's going to travel. That's going to turn the ball back over to the Cats. It's going to be Wayne County basketball with 5:38 to go in the third quarter as Bogus and Mosley check back into the game for Wayne County. Butler and Beavis are going to go to the sideline. And now Logan Davis to handle the inbound responsibilities. He gets the ball to Bogus. Bogus gives it right back to Davis. And now Davis brings the ball up the floor for the Cats. He gets across the timeline and goes left to Drew Bogus. Bogus goes to Canfield in the corner. Canfield trapped, gets the ball back out to Davis. Davis gets it back over to Canfield. Canfield gets blocked on that three-pointer. Mosley comes in and just takes the ball away, and we're going to get a ball goes out of bounds, and they're going to say it's going to be Wayne County basketball. I'm not sure how.
No. They're saying it's Richland.
I know. Well, yeah, Richland basketball. I'm not sure how.
It must have went off one of our guys.
I guess.
Jason turned and started walking this direction, so it may have got
him. Andrews brings the ball back up the floor. He goes left to McCormick. McCormick now comes around the screen to the right-hand side. He gets it over to Andrews. Andrews pulls up a three from the corner. No good. Shirley comes in, cracks the board, and gets the putback. So now Richland with a 4-point lead. It's their biggest lead of the night. Makes it a 32-28 basketball game. Davis brings the ball back up the floor for Wayne County. He goes left to Bogus. Bogus wants to come back outside. He goes to Mosley. Mosley's got the ball. He gets it back over. Tries to get it back to Bogus, but the ball taken away by Richland, and a nice save to just keep it in. Now they go back to McCormick in the middle, and McCormick is going to get fouled. They're going to call Drew Bogus on that foul right there. That's going to put McCormick at the line to shoot 2 shots. So Bogus picks up his second foul of the game, first team foul against Wayne County here in the third quarter.
There's no disagreement there. He could have picked both of them fouled him.
Yeah. First shot from McCormick is off the mark, no good. Now McCormick's second shot. Richland has got all 4 players back in defense. Nobody on the lane. McCormick knocks that one through, makes it a 5-point game, 33-28 to score. It's been all Richland here in the third quarter.
Yeah, so far, especially here as we're approaching midway.
Swings the ball around to Canfield, not Canfield, but Mosley underneath. Mosley's going to drive. He tries to toss it across the court on a bounce pass. He wanted to get it to Canfield in the corner. Cooper Jackson knocks it out of bounds. So it's going to be Wayne County basketball right on the baseline, underneath their own basket, right in front of the exit sign to the concession stand. Inbound to Davis. Davis with a little shot fake. Now he's going to try to go inside to Canfield. Ball knocked away. Davis able to get it back.
We were getting called for those type of defensive plays earlier, and like that right there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, on the first half, when we breathed on a guy, that was a foul. Now, let's go. Now Davis is getting bounced around in there like a pinball with no call at all whatsoever. They get the ball inside to Bogus, and Bogus takes it to the rack. He's going to miss the shot, but he is going to be fouled.
It's going to be on Andrews. That's his third.
Jamison Andrews picks up his third foul, first team foul against Richland here in the third quarter. Bogus puts his first one through. Andrews is going to come to the bench as Hollis checks back into the game for Richland. We've got 4:01 to play here in the third quarter. Bogus with his second shot now. Makes it 2 for 2 on that trip to the line and knocks it back down to a 3-point deficit for Wayne County. Cooper Jackson brings the ball up the floor, gets it across the timeline, goes to Jack Jackson on the left-hand side. Now Jackson directing traffic, wants to come back around the middle, and he does. It goes to Hollis. Hollis tries to get it inside. Bogus comes out with it, and they're going to say he traveled.
Yeah, he stole it, and he gained full possession of it. He grabbed it with 2 hands and went to the floor. That's going to be a travel.
So the travel call against Bogus is going to turn the ball back over to Richland. Hollis comes out of the game as Zulu checks back in for Richland. Richland's got 4 guys spread across the floor here. McCormick takes the inbounds, hands the ball back to Shirley. Shirley drives inside and puts up a little floater right over the defender, and it knocks through. Makes it a 35-30 game.
That's tough defense there by Brian as well.
Yeah, Case was right in position. It just it wasn't this, the only other thing he could have possibly done was foul the guy. Davis gets it over to the left-hand side to Bryant. Bryant and Davis now back and forth to each other. They got a Canfield in the corner. Canfield with a good look across the floor. He's got Bogus right underneath the basket. Bogus with a little hesitation shot fake, and he knocks it through. We're back to a 3-point basketball game. Richland brings the ball back across the timeline. Jackson with the ball. Goes back out to Shirley. Now Shirley back to Cooper Jackson. Cooper drives. He comes to the right-hand side, goes back out to McCormick. McCormick working against Mosley. Puts up a shot, no good. Mosley got a piece of it. Canfield gets the rebound. He's going to bring it back to the other end of the floor. Goes inside. Now Davis right there underneath the basket. Nice hesitation. Good job by Canfield, good vision, and good movement by Davis. And the Cats not going away here. Bring it back to a 34-35 ball game. We got a 1-point deficit. Richland's going to take a 30-second timeout here with 2:41 to go in the third quarter.
Yeah, I really like that there by the Cats. A lot of good play. Of course, I mean, who doesn't like that? They're expecting it. Of course we do, Will. Of course we like that. But, you know, that's really good. That's a good find there by Kamen, too. And then Logan to be patient enough to take that shot up. You know, he shot fake there that I could see was at least twice. And then finally, I guess he got him a little bit of separation of the room, went up with it one-handed, laid it right in off the backboard there. That was beautiful. Great job, Logan. That was really athletic as well.
During the timeout, I'm sitting here watching. Coach Miley comes over here to the student section. She's like, guys, y'all keep doing what you're doing, but don't get us in trouble here, you know. The last thing we want to do is have the student section hit us with like a technical or something.
Yeah, I don't think they're doing anything inappropriate.
No.
Of course, I can hear them yelling. I just don't know what they're saying.
Maybe a little too close to the baseline. It's the only thing I can see here, of the sideline rather. Jackson gets the ball across the floor to Andrews. Now Andrews gives it back out to Shirley. Shirley's dirt in traffic as he stands out at midcourt. We're inside of 2.5 minutes to play here in the third quarter. It's 35-34, Richland in front. Wayne County has closed the gap here. What was a 5-point game now? Nice backdoor play there as Andrews just came around in the backside. McCormick with a nice feed underneath, and he goes up with an easy layup, makes it 37-34. Davis with the basketball on the other end. He's going to hand the ball off to Canfield. Canfield comes out to the top of the circle, sets the offense for the Cats. He goes left to Davis. Davis now goes to Canfield in the corner. Canfield inside to Bogus. Bogus got 2 guys. He kicks it out to Davis. Davis back over to Mosley with a little pass fake. Now Mosley gives it back to Beavis on the right-hand side. Beavis goes back out to Davis, who's going to reset it for the Cats.
You know, Mosley's been a little hesitant tonight as far as driving toward the rim. I wonder what's going on with that.
Davis inside, wants to get the ball to Casey Mosley, and McCormick just comes in and takes it away from him. Now Beavis, and Nate Beavis on the other end, tries to get position for a charge, and no call there as McCormick takes it to the rack and finishes. Now on the other end, a deep three-pointer put up by Canfield is going to bounce off the iron, no good. Rebound is going to be taken by Shirley for Richland, and Richland comes back across the floor. Now Richland goes around the screen, he drives to the basket, and he's going to get fouled. I'm not sure who they're going to call it on.
It should be Casey.
It should be, but they could. They're going to call Casey Mosley there. That's going to be his second foul of the game, second team foul against Wayne County, and that's going to put Will Shirley at the line to shoot 2. Shirley misses his first one. I've seen the way that the Shirley kid has shot threes tonight. You would think he's probably a pretty good free throw shooter, but he missed that first one there.
Well, he's got 6 points. He's got 2 really nice shots underneath the rim on this side.
And that one bounces off the iron, no good. Rebound collected by Canfield. So the Cats escape that one there. 0 for 2 on that trip to the line for Richland. Davis swings it left to Beavis. We got just a minute to go here in the third quarter. Now inside to Bogus. Bogus with a little pass fake. He's going to dribble, take it to the rack. And Bogus goes up and finishes. Makes it a 39-36 basketball game with just under a minute to play here. Now Jackson brings it back across the timeline for Richland. Richland's going to slow it down here and try to hold for the last shot of the quarter. 39-36 the advantage here. Shirley comes around. He's going to drive left. He gives it to McCormick. Now McCormick standing out at the logo. comes back around to the top of the key. He's just across the midcourt line. He's got two guys on either side of the basketball court. Now Shirley comes back out. And now he hands the ball to Shirley. Now all four of Richland's players flood to the left. Hollis now goes back to the corner on the right-hand side. They're going to try to drive and isolate here. Great D by Nate. Nate gets in his face. They hand the ball off to Jack Jackson. No good. The rebound out of bounds. Last touch by Richland. And with 1.4 seconds left, this is going to be a catch and shoot situation right here.
Very similar to halftime.
Yep. This is just a catch and shoot situation is all you got time for right here.
I was watching Kamen. He's telling me what to do.
Yeah. Kamen, Davis takes the inbound. He dribbles, and he pulls up a little three-quarter shot across the court. It's no good. At the end of three, your score, Richland 39, Wayne County 36. We got 8 minutes of basketball to play, and someone's going to the state tournament. Stay right here with us. This is Sub-State Basketball on Big Oldies Radio. Wayne County basketball fans, welcome back to Big Oldies Radio. Here we go, 39-36, Richland out in front of the Wildcats with 8 minutes to play in this basketball game. Sub-state action. This game determining tonight which of these two teams will advance to the state tournament. Perry County is trailing Eagleville right now by 20, 50-33 is that score with just under 8 minutes to play in that game. Davis with the basketball on the left-hand side, goes to Canfield in the corner. Canfield kicks it back out to Logan. Logan pulls up a three from the elbow, no good. Case Bryant with a save off the rebound, and that ball is going to go out of bounds. Last touch by Richland. That's going to be Wayne County basketball.
I was wondering why Case tried to save it right there because it was clearly out on them.
Yeah, well, he didn't know. He didn't know. I mean, the ball, as far as he knows, the ball came off the rim, and Logan was the last one to touch it.
Yeah.
Now Davis with the inbound goes to Drew Bogus. Bogus goes to Beavis.
Hey, we've got an interesting lineup in right now. We don't have Drew. I mean, we don't have Case or
Mosley. Yeah, it's a very small lineup for the Cats. I see four shooters on the floor with Nate Beavis being the fifth out there. Beavis with the ball on the elbow, swings it across the floor to Bryant. Bryant comes back out to the top of the key to Canfield. Canfield's going to drive, pull up a little floater just inside the free throw line. And he's going to knock that one through. And now Coach Frank's going to take a timeout. I believe he's going to take a full timeout right here. 7:12 to go in the fourth quarter. Wayne County has brought it back to a 39-38 basketball game.
That was that was great ball movement by the Cats right there. Way to be patient. Nate Davis is really patient right here on the wing. He could have forced some passes there, or maybe took a couple dribbles and lost his dribble, but instead he was very patient, swings it across the floor over there. We get it to Kamen. He was patient with it and takes like a slow drive inside, just picks it up, takes a shot. Now, it looked like it was going to be off on the left, and I think he felt that when he shot it, so he crashed to the left, if you noticed.
Yes, he did.
But, thankfully it fell in for the Cats right there. Great job.
So just over 7 minutes to go. Wayne County has brought it back down to a one-point basketball game. And Coach Franks takes that full time out. Now he's got both teams with their respective coaches looking to see what kind of play they want to draw up here. Wayne County, I'm curious to see what they're going to do defensively here. It looks like they're going to set up for full court pressure as Richland's going to take the ball out. Same five guys on the floor. We've got Davis, Bogus, Bryant, Beavis, and Canfield on the floor for the Cats. Now the Shirley on the baseline to bring the ball inbounds. The Cats with full court defense. Now they get the inbounds, and the Cats just going to let them walk it down the floor. Shirley brings it across the timeline. He's going to hand it off to Andrews, coming back out to the top of the key. Andrews dribbles out. He passes back over to the right-hand side to Shirley. Shirley goes to McCormick. McCormick working against Canfield. He pulls up a floater. No good. Ball gets with a nice box out, gets the rebound. And now Wayne County with the basketball brings the ball back up the floor. Wayne County's going to have an opportunity to try to take the lead right here.
It's been a while. We haven't led in quite a while.
We have not since the second quarter. Beavis with the ball. Swings it back right to Bryant. Bryant back out to Beavis. Beavis goes back to Bryant on the right-hand side, swings it around to Davis over on the left. Davis he's looking and will go inside. Now Canfield with the shot fake goes back to Davis. Davis dribbles back around to the top, tosses it over to Beavis. Beavis works it inside to Bryant. Bryant back down to Canfield. Canfield's got McCormick all over him. He picked up his dribble and got it back out to Bryant, now back over to Davis. Richland is doing everything they can to try to stop this thing. And now we get a foul call. That one's going to go against Shirley.
It's going to be his second.
Shirley picks up his second first team foul against either team here in the fourth quarter. Logan put the ball on the ground and dribbled left. He tried to drive inside, and Shirley just pushed off of him there. Now the inside pass to Canfield. Canfield with a twisting turn. Shot goes up, no good. But Canfield is going to get fouled, and that's going to put Kamen at the line to shoot two. They're going to call this one on 22. This is second. Cooper Jackson picks up his second team foul against Richland here in the fourth quarter. Canfield knocks through the first one, and we're back to a tie basketball game. Now Canfield, second shot on the way, and he knocks that one through. Wayne County is still back in front, 40-39 our score with 6 minutes to play here in the contest. Shirley is going to come back across the timeline. He brings the ball up the floor. Canfield caught up to the half-court, man deep. Shirley comes out, gets the switch to Davis. He picks up his dribble. He's going to kick it back out. Wants to go inside. Shirley, rather. Andrews comes around and blades it off the window. He knocks it through. And we're back to Richland in front, 41-40.
I got to stop hollering calls over the radio.
Beavis with the basketball, goes left to Davis. Davis goes to Bogus in the corner. Bogus kicks it back out to Beavis, back over to Davis. Davis with the shot fake, back to Beavis, now back out to the top of the key. Cats moving the ball around the perimeter. They want to go inside. Canfield's got three guys with him in there. They're just not letting Kamen have any space in there at all whatsoever. Goes to Beavis. Beavis now drives, kicks it out to Davis. Davis with a little fake hesitation, drives to the lane. Wayne County back out in front. We're going to be back and forth here for a minute, I think. With 4:52 to go, Richland with the basketball. Wayne County with a 1-point advantage. Davis working against Shirley out at the top. Shirley goes to McCormick. McCormick working the floor. He's got Canfield in his face. And Richland can take a 4-point here with 4:38 to play. Richland's now taking 3 of their timeouts. Wayne County still has 3 remaining. And with 4:38 to play, Wayne County with a 1-point lead.
Yeah, I like the pressure the Cats are adding right here. I apologize, folks. I know I keep feeling calls. I'll try not to do that going forward. But, you know, I like the defense that the Cats have set up in right here. It's playing really good man pressure and making them pick their dribble up. And you pick their dribble up, then you saturate them, right? And you almost swallow them up to keep them from making a difficult pass or trying to make a difficult pass and maybe getting a steal. So I really like what I almost said Cowboys, what the Wildcats are doing here tonight defensively right now. Offensively, I like the ball movement. I like taking your time, looking inside. You know, you're looking inside literally with your eyes, and it's causing them to jump on Kamen. That's going to open up something else, which is why Logan was able to get that drive in a moment ago.
Yes,
so just keep moving the ball. Be patient. I like what you're doing.
Cats come back on the floor. Richland's basketball with 4:38 to play here in the game. According to John Harper, we got 935 people watching at home. And with the energy in their room in this crowd, I wasn't sure there were 935 people at home to watch.
I'm sure it's a cross.
But there they are. Now the inbounds pass comes to Andrews. Andrews gets it back out to Jackson. Cooper Jackson gives it to Will Shirley. Now Shirley working against Bryant, goes inside to McCormick. McCormick right at the free throw line. He dribbles, pulls up his dribble, goes back to Jackson. Now Jackson comes back around, hands the ball off to Andrews. Andrews goes back to Shirley on the elbow, back to Jackson in the corner. He's got Boggets right in his face. Good defense by the Cats right now. They work back around to Andrews. Andrews pulls up a three from the corner, and that three-pointer is good. Logan was in his face. There's nothing else he could do. I mean, he just put a shot right over the top of the defender, and there's nothing else you could do there.
It was fired up, too.
44-42 now. Richland back out in front. Wayne County with the basketball. Beavis has the ball at the top of the key. Swings it back right to Bryant. Bryant back to Beavis. Gives it back to Davis on the left-hand side. Davis goes to Bogus. Kicks it back around to Bryant. Bryant now goes underneath to Canfield. Canfield with a little floater. And Canfield knocks that one down. We're back to a tie basketball game. 44 apiece. Wayne County needs a turnover right here. It's 3:30 to go. Andrews wants to drive. He pulls up, passes it to Jackson in the corner. Jackson gives it back to Andrews. Andrews comes back out to Shirley. Shirley drives right, goes to Jackson. Now Jackson comes back left-hand side, kicks it back out to Shirley. Now Shirley's going to drive. He's going to take it. He's going to go up and finish, and we're going to get a foul call against Case Bryant. So Will Shirley makes that shot, and he's going to go to the line with an opportunity to convert a three-point play.
Yeah, that's Case Bryant's second foul right there. He's done all that he can to keep him in front of him. He just got baited out too far right there.
No, Shirley's shot falls through, makes it a three-point game. 47-44 the score as Beavis takes the inbound pass, and he's going to bring the ball up the floor for the Cats. He works it left to Bryant. Bryant back around to Davis on the right-hand side. Davis is going to give it back to Beavis. Beavis is going to go back to Davis. Now Davis gives it back to Bryant. Bryant comes out to the top of the key, and he's going to try to reset the offense for the Cat. He goes to Beavis. Beavis kicks it to corner to Case Bryant. Bryant's three-pointer off the mark, no good. Rebound fought for and brought down by Cooper Jackson.
It's their ball.
And it's going to be Richland basketball. Jackson fighting for it, and he did come down with it. Davis was trying to get it away from him, but not able to do so. So now the inbounds pass comes to Jack Jackson. He's going to bring the ball across. He passes ahead of the timeline to Andrews.
They're going to try to waste some clock here, I think.
Richland's going to try to, I would. I mean, why not? Tight ball game. We got about just over 2.5 to play. You can work about a minute and a half off his clock. It's a good strategy. McCormick holds the basketball out at the top of the circle. And dribbles right. He's got Canfield in his face. He hands the ball off to Andrews. And now comes back around. Andrews comes left, working against Davis. He's going to come around and give the ball back over to Jackson. Jackson comes around and hands it back to McCormick, who wants to drive. Canfield right in his face. Now he's going to reverse and go back to the right. He does go up. That right hand finishes. 49-44. Richland back out in front with a 5-point advantage. We're just under 2 minutes to play here in the fourth quarter. Canfield working to the right-hand side. Has the basketball, goes underneath. Bogus right there, wide open. As he gets Bogus underneath the basket, and Bogus goes up and finishes. Makes it a 49-46 basketball game, and Coach Frank's going to take another timeout with 1:48 to play. We got a full timeout taken, both teams with 2 timeouts remaining, and Wayne County with a 3-point deficit.
Stress levels to the max. Casey Moses is going to check in here for the Cats. I was wondering, I mean, I like the effort by all the guys.
Yeah.
I like what they were doing. I think it was working. So
we just need. I think right now we need Case and size in there more than anything else.
Listen, we need to keep them from holding the basketball right here.
Mm-hmm.
We don't want them to hold it too long. I mean, wasting a little bit off the clock, probably not a bad idea, but don't allow him too much
No.
to go off that clock. Because we need to go down and get a bucket, an easy bucket. You're looking for 2. Folks, if you're wondering, Eagleville has beaten Perry County 59-35, so Eagleville will be headed to the Glass House in Murfreesboro for the state championship tournament.
Wayne County comes back on the floor. So the floor is set right now for Wayne County. We've got Mosley, Bogus, Cayman Canfield, Logan Davis, and Nate Beavis on the floor for the Cats. For Richland, we've got Shirley, we've got Andrews, we've got Jack Jackson, Cooper Jackson, and McCormick. Wayne County now applying full court pressure. Richland gets the ball inbounds. They're still in the back court. Wayne County has got him in front of them. McCormick finally gets it across the timeline. Canfield with good hands comes in, just takes the ball away from him. Now Canfield comes back up the floor, goes to Bogus. Bogus gets it inside to Mosley. Mosley works in, another shot. He goes up and 49-48 now your score. Mosley with another 2 points, and Wayne County would still apply that full court pressure. Now the pass across to Andrews. Andrews advances to Cooper Jackson. Jackson gives it back to McCormick. McCormick directing traffic, wants him to come back. They try to get the pass away, and Bogus nearly with a steal. Andrews with the ball, and Richland's going to take a timeout here with 1:10 to go in the contest. It's a 1-point basketball game, and Richland takes a full timeout.
Coach Lovelace cracks me up, man, because he's so worked up, but yet so calm. You know, it's that demeanor he has. I really like Coach Lovelace. He's a good dude. So, you know, Cats, keep grinding right here. We got a minute and 10 seconds. You got to give it everything you got. It's obvious things to say, right?
Mm-hmm.
So but hey, I'd love to get a turnover right here and go down the floor and get an easy bucket.
Yeah, I mean, that would be phenomenal at this point. Anything right now to try to get back in front on this thing.
If it gets under a minute, I might start doing those predictions like I did last week.
No, they seem to work. They worked last week, so you know, I'm sitting here looking at it when we look at how this thing is worked down to the wire. District championship game against Perry County, we go to overtime to win that one. The region championship game comes down to a 2-point basketball game that is literally won in the closing 3 seconds of the basketball game. And now tonight, with a minute 10 to play, we're at a 1-point basketball game here. Richland with a 1-point lead, 49-48, with 1:10 to play. Richland's basketball. Shirley takes it out on the sideline. Wayne County with great pressure. He inbounds the ball to Jackson in the backcourt, and Jackson brings it across the timeline. He works to the right-hand side, goes back out to Shirley at the top of the key. Now Shirley has not dribbled yet. He's going to dribble and go right. He's got Mosley right in his face. Payson staying with him. Don't get too tough on him there. He traps him up as he picks up his. Steps in front of this. 44-42. Now Mosley got his hand on the basketball. Andrews in the corner. 3-point. Rolling across the floor. We got a timeout. 22.4 seconds left. The officials go. The Wayne County timeout with possession before the pass was thrown. With 22.4 seconds to play, the 3-point lead. Wayne County's basketball with 22.5 seconds to play, 52-49. Richland has only committed 2 fouls this quarter, so they got 2 fouls to give. Wayne County needs to focus in on getting the basketball in. We got to get the basketball in, and we need to get the ball into somebody's hands.
The assistant coach arguing with
Lovelace. Richland's assistant is over here fighting. He's trying to say that there's no way that timeout was taken. He's arguing, and the officials letting him know, saying, listen, I'm right here. I saw what would happen. He called the timeout. He still had possession. It's Wayne County's ball.
It was so loud. There was no way you could hear that whistle.
No, absolutely not. They put 2 seconds back on the clock. It's 24 seconds to play in this basketball game. 52-49. Wayne County in front with 24 seconds to play, and it's Wayne County basketball.
It is what it's all about in high school right now. Look at this fan base.
March Madness, brother. We're working it down right now. We're going from 16 teams to 8 tonight. And we're going to see who that Elite 8 is going into the glass house at MTSU. Wayne County, I think both teams are confused. It should be Wayne County basketball right here.
I think he's saying we got after the basket was getting the timeout.
Okay, so it's Richland's basketball coming out of the timeout. McCormick with the ball comes right. Shirley brings it back around. Now they're going to get back out to Andrews. Andrews three. It's no one touched it. It's Wayne County basketball. 9 seconds to play.
They're going to have a foul. We've got to get it in here.
We've got to get the ball in.
We're taking a 30-second timeout.
Cayman's calling timeout right here. We're looking for a 30-second timeout. Coach Francis is going to take this time, and I think it's a wise timeout right here. You've got to take this timeout and make sure that everybody knows what their assignment is.
I think it's a.
Is Bryant checking back into the game? We've got shooters on the floor.
Now, listen, I think it's a great timeout. Don't get me wrong. However, I think I would like to have one timeout while you're on here on the baseline.
I'm okay. I'm okay.
You don't have the baseline to run. You cannot get a 5-second count here.
No, you can't. You've got to get the ball inbounds, and we need to get the ball in. It's got to be in the shooter's hands.
Yeah.
Because they've got to foul immediately. Now, remember, Richland still has 2 fouls to give. The foul situation right now, here in the fourth quarter, Richland has committed 2 team fouls. Wayne County,
don't chunk it up. Make them foul.
no, Wayne County only has 1 foul right now in the fourth quarter. So Richland still has 2 fouls to give. Beavis is going to handle the inbounds here on the baseline. We got Cayman Canfield right here close to him. Bogus and Davis nearly back at the half-court stripe. And Bryant over on the right-hand side. We got 2 guys face guarding. There's the Hail Mary down the court to Davis. Davis just did exactly what he said not to do. And now Davis is going to get fouled as he's trying to get the ball over to Bogus.
That should be on 25.
That should be on Andrews. That'll be his 3rd foul. No, that's on 35.
They're saying it's on the floor.
That's a 4 foul. There was no shot there. 2 seconds came off the clock. 52-49, 7 seconds to play. Davis now on the other end of the floor, going to get the ball inbounds to Canfield. Canfield dribbles out, and he's going to get fouled by Cooper Jackson.
I'll take that back. It's unintentional. It just looked good.
Yeah. Cooper Jackson commits the foul. I believe that's his 3rd. 4 team fouls against Richland now here in the fourth quarter. Next foul will put the Cats into bonus. This ball has got to go to Case Bryant or Cayman Canfield. Davis handling the inbounds duties here. He gets the ball to Beavis, and now Beavis is going to get fouled immediately in the backcourt. Jamison Andrews commits the foul. 1 second comes off the clock. But that's going to put Nate Hustle Beavis at the line to shoot 2.
Yeah, and you got Nate Davis, who's not bad at free throw shooting either. Right now, he's 1 for 2 though. You know, so he's only shot 2 free throws. He's only got 2.
We need him 3 for 4.
Yes.
I'll even take 3 for 5 right now because you knock down one of these 2, it's a 2-possession game. It's over. It's over.
A lot of pressure.
First one's off the line. First one's off the mark.
Sorry, Nate Dog. Here we
Come
go.
on, Nate. Come on, Nate. And now Richland's going to take a timeout.
Final one.
Richland takes, so neither team with a timeout remaining on the floor. Here's the situation, folks. When we come back out of this timeout, Nate Beavis is going to be at the line with his 2nd free throw. It's a 52-49 basketball game. Wayne County is back in front. We have 5 seconds left on the clock. If Beavis can knock down this free throw, it makes it a 2-possession game with 5 seconds to play. Neither team with a timeout. That's the ball game.
Do you think he knows that he's young, right? He knows that he's a young player. Do you think he called this timeout to ice him a little bit?
Yes, I'm 100% positive that's what he did.
That's a pretty smart move as well. But, you know, I feel confident in Nate. He's going to come out and he's going to knock this down. I think Coach Franks is over there saying, hey, buddy, you got this. Knock this down. Do not foul because they're going to keep it through.
Just go through your routine, right?
Yeah.
Your routine. It's just like standing over a putt.
It's easy to say from here, but I bet, you know, my heart's beating as fast as his right now.
But it's no different than standing over a 3-foot putt. You go through your routine, you hit the putt, you knock it in the hole. Nate, just go through your routine right now. When the official gives you the ball, spin it, take your dribble, and then pull the trigger. Don't overthink it. Don't underthink it. Just put the biscuit in the basket, baby.
And his brother, oh, Lord. There you go. I seen his brother over here carrying a baby a little bit ago.
So here we go now. Nate's at the line. We got both teams back on the floor. Wayne County has nobody on the lane. All 4 defenders back for Wayne County. Beavis at the line. Shot is up. Off the mark. No good. Rebound collected by Richland. Richland with the pass. 3 seconds. 2 seconds. Pass in the corner. That's out. Right here with us, folks. We're going to bring you all the fun, video game stats and analysis, as well as the celebration here for Wayne County. We comes out victorious tonight over Richland, 52-49. Wayne County is taking the Wildcats back to Murfreesboro for state championship play. This is Wayne County basketball on Big Oldies Radio. Do not go anywhere. Welcome back into Big Oldies Radio. It is absolute pandemonium in this gymnasium right now. Not a single person from the Wayne County side has left. Richland fans very disappointed. Hey, listen. Give Richland all the credit in the world. They came in here and fought and fought and fought tonight. They fought hard, and it was a very toughly contested basketball game on both sides. It was going to be elation for whichever team won. It was going to be heartbreak for whichever team lost. And this is one of those games that you hate to see anybody lose.
Yeah.
So to the Richland fans, to the Richland Raiders, outstanding season. Keep your heads up high. You got several guys coming back next year, and you're going to be poised to make another run. But this night belongs to the Wayne County Wildcats with a 3-point win, 52-49, your final score. And Wayne County punches their ticket back to Murfreesboro for the second consecutive year to go to the Glass House for state tournament basketball action.
That's only been done once before. That was 2005, 2006 when they went back to back.
Well, and I'm sitting here in my mind and thinking to myself,
I don't know.
Is this the first time that we've had both the girls and the boys?
You took it out of my
Make
mouth.
it back to the, since I've been here, the girls have made 3 trips, the boys have made 1 trip, but they've never gone at the same time.
Yeah.
And I don't know. You're the historian here, Will. I don't know.
I don't know about the historian. David Sisk right there might be able to tell you, but I don't know of any time that has actually happened. I'm not saying it hasn't, because it's very well. Let's see, 2011. They had a lot of athletes. 2011. Let's see what we got. He doesn't know.
He said he thinks David says he thinks so, but regardless, it doesn't happen very often. And it was going to happen for one of these teams tonight. Both the Lady Cats and the Lady Raiders are in. But the Wildcats get it done tonight, and the Cats are going to be back out here in just a minute. I'm sure right underneath us down here in the boys' locker room is utter pandemonium right now. The boys celebrating, and they're going to be coming back out here on the floor in a minute.
Poor Miss Heather about got ran over trying to get down there to get some pictures and some videos.
Yeah, and here in just a minute, the boys will come back out. They'll be cutting down the nets in celebration of this win tonight and making it back to Murfreesboro. Will, Have I given you enough time to compile stats, my friend?
I've been finished, brother.
Okay.
I mean, everything's squiggly because all my adrenaline rushing right now. I don't know that I'm going to be able to go sleep tonight. You know, I'm so excited. This means so much to these guys. Seniors, I know Logan Davis, Cayman Camfield, even Warren G.
Warren G, man.
You know, I know these guys, man. They have a heart and a passion for this game, and for us to make it back to the state tournament is a huge deal, and especially going back to back. You know, and I see more in the future. So for now, let's focus on tonight. Let me give you these stats. For the Richland Raiders, I want to congratulate you guys on a really great season. You guys took care of us pretty easily twice this season, and you come back over here tonight for a sub-state game, and it was neck to neck all night long, and you guys fought really hard, and I want to congratulate you, Coach Lovelace. Great job with your team.
Yes.
For now stats for the Raiders. Number 3, Jack Jackson, he had 6. Number 4, Will Shirley had 9. I got Shirley. I'm not sure if it's Shirley or Shirley. So if we've been calling you Shirley all night, buddy.
Well, that's what I had on their team roster.
Gotcha. Number 25, Jamison Andrews, had 15. And number 35, Caden McCormick, we held him to 11 tonight. Number 20, Lane Dooley, come in clutch with 5 points tonight. And number 30, Hollis Miller, had a big 3 there in the second quarter. So for the Wayne County High School Cats, we've got number 10, Logan Davis with 10. Number 12, Case Bryant with 6. Number 32, Nate Beavis with 1. Number 33, Case Butler with 2. Number 21, Casey Mosley with 4 in the fourth quarter. And number 22, Drew Balgus, had another big night tonight with 12. And leading the pack tonight for the Wildcats, number 25, Cayman Camfield, with 17 points. And I'm fairly solid, again, that I'm pretty sure he had another double-double tonight.
Oh, no, I don't think there's much doubt about that at all.
And he had several really nice assists, too.
Yeah,
so.
he did. Yeah, Cayman was a clutch player for the Cats tonight. I mean, he has been all season. You mentioned Drew Balgus with another 12-point performance tonight. Big-time performance out of that young man. Boy, the Balgus family has had a big day. They win this game tonight. Earlier today, Blair Balgus named as the Conference USA Freshman of the Year with 13 double-doubles on the season, coming off a career-high 29 points Saturday.
Yeah, that was huge. She had a big game Saturday. You know, the game before that, she fouled out, and they went into overtime, and she didn't get to play in overtime.
Yeah.
Shout out to Blair Balgus, representing your family well, representing your community well, and representing your alma mater well. We're just super proud of you. Keep grinding, keep playing hard, huh? We're super proud.
But tonight is all about the Wayne County Wildcats. These boys have worked hard all season long. I don't think there's any secret that if you look back over the course of the regular season, this team faced some adversity.
Man,
they had some games that kind of came down to the wire. You know, you were 0-2 in the regular season against Richland. You lost 2 games in the regular season to Perry County.
Yeah.
You go into the district tournament as the number 2 seed. You come back and win that one, beat Perry County in an overtime game on their home floor. Then you go to the regional championship where you play Perry County again. We beat them in a 2-point game that literally came down to the last 3 seconds of the game. I mean, you get the steal and the basket to go ahead and get the win with like 3 seconds to play. And then a tight ball game tonight as Richland came in here and you know, I can't say it enough. Both of these teams tonight, this is what high school basketball is all about. They brought their guts out here tonight, and they left everything on this floor. Not a single one of these guys has got anything to hang their hat about.
Well, and now they got about a week to prepare, or a little over a week, actually, a week and a couple of days to prepare. I love what I'm seeing right now. I'm looking out here, seeing all these Wildcat and Lady Cat fans out here hugging. Just giving these guys a bunch of love. Everybody's super proud. David Hastings fired up down there.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's just really great to see the community so excited about something. You know, we're a small town, man. You know, we don't have very many in our school, and, you know, we don't have very many in our county. Each one of our schools are fairly low numbers, you know, and for them to be able to come out tonight and the Lady Cats come out the other night and take care of business the way they said or the way they did. I told you at the beginning of this game that I figured the Cats would come out, you know, as long as they keep playing hard like this.
They would take care of business.
Hey, I remember something else I said a little while back, and that was after Christmas, and I, you know, we were talking about some defeats that they had come across and about keeping their head up. You know, that the season's not over yet, and you still got a very solid chance of making it to state. And
here we are.
And yeah, I'm saying, here we are. We're getting ready to load up the buses and head to Murfreesboro. So
let's talk about what that's
giving me a
gonna
reason,
look like.
giving me a reason to spend a lot of money on gas. Gas prices are the highest.
So let's talk about what that's going to look like over the next couple of weeks. We know at this point in time, and we can go ahead and tell you that the girls' first quarterfinal game is scheduled for this coming Thursday.
Yeah.
Estimated time for tip-off is going to be 4 o'clock. Now, we say estimated tip-off time being 4 o'clock because we don't know for sure. When we get over there, the early games for the 4A schools are going to start at 9:30 in the morning. But if you have any one game goes to overtime, you have an injury on the floor, anything that slows down the action and stops the play of the basketball games, then that pushes everything else back during the course of the day. So just be prepared, Wildcat fans. We will be bringing you that action on Big Oldies Radio. Will and I are going to be there. We're going to be on the floor. You know, Will, I'm sitting here thinking to myself, this is our first year being up here in this booth.
You know that,
and we got a little mojo going right now, brother.
I tell you, brother, I really enjoy it. I thoroughly do. I hope they allow me to come back and do this more next year and the following years. I've grown to really like it. So thank you, Chuck, for allowing me to be out here.
Indeed.
And to help my brother Kitchens over here. You know what? I haven't touched the MTSU floor since 2006.
Yeah, well, we'll be on it Thursday, brother.
So I'm pretty excited for these guys and girls. I keep saying guys. I mean it in general for both teams.
Right.
It's just I'm gonna be all smiles for quite a while. I'm so glad that my nephew was able to be part of this team. These freshman guys that has really contributed to this team this entire season. We got some great juniors, all classmen.
Oh, yeah.
Because we got several classmen representing on the floor. And
you got 2 freshmen that have made big-time contributions to this team, a couple sophomores out there, juniors, seniors. I mean, everybody has made meaningful contribution to this team this season. So Thursday at 4 o'clock approximately, the girls are going to be tipping off. We will go on the air at about 15 minutes before game time with our pregame activities. Now, if the girls win on Thursday and they advance, we've got Gordonsville. We drew, when you get to the state tournament, they did this random draw to figure out the bracketing, and so we drew a tough draw off the bat. I mean, Gordonsville is they're a good basketball team, but they're all good.
I've watched one of their games, and I told you the team that I watched. I can't remember which one it was. But speaking of watching, folks, in case if you're still here, you will not be able to watch this on YouTube. John will not be able to stream it on there. You can watch it on NFHS. We'd rather have you there and in the glass house if you're able, and just watching my nephew cut this net. It was just phenomenal. But would rather have you there.
Oh, absolutely.
But if you don't have NFHS, if you don't know what that is, you can go on the website. You can download the app on the smartphone. And if you don't have a subscription, you can pay for a month's subscription. I think it's around $13. And then you'll be able to watch all those games up there. And then just be sure. Well, I'm not going to say that on the air, but if you're done with it, you know what to do. So, but
And for those that aren't, if you are able to go, keep in mind you can go online. If you buy your tickets in advance, you get a little bit of a discount on the tickets. I believe they charge $15 at the door to get in. But if you order them online, a little bit before you get there and order them that way, I think you save a few bucks. And so, those of us that are going to make the trip up there for Thursday, Friday, Saturday, hopefully we're playing all 3 days. That's our hope.
Be sure to check out WCHS Sports Facebook page. Mr. John Harper has been sharing a link for the NFHS to be able to watch them in the state tournament. So this is for the Lady Cats as well. So be sure to check out those links on WCHS Sports on their Facebook page. So
and I believe, if I'm not mistaken, John was also able to get maybe a little bit of a discount code for people to be able to use. He's nodding his head right now to say, yes, that is accurate.
And then he did make a comment today on it. I saw it. He said that one had a problem that it didn't discount for them. So be sure be looking for that discount. There may be a button to click. I don't know, but just be looking for that. Now, however, if you cannot make it to the glass house, be sure to be listening to us on this radio. When I say us, I mean you're mainly listening to Jacob Kitchens, and I understand. But
no, man, you're doing a great job.
Listen to this man. He'll give you the play-by-play, and I'll add a little bit of color here and there, and I'll probably do my best not to shout a foul.
So this coming Thursday at approximately 4 o'clock, we plan to be on the air at about 3:45. But once again, keep in mind that should the tournament get pushed behind, you have anything happen that delays the games, an overtime game, somebody gets injured, whatever the case may be, that can cause the games to get pushed back a little bit. We will be on the air for pregame 15 minutes before we go. And, okay, so we were told that both teams went in 2010. Both were put out in the first round. Hopefully the history does not repeat itself there. But we will be on the air for pregame 15 minutes before tip-off time. So whatever time that would be, we'll be on the air. You can tune in to Big Oldies Radio at 100.7, and we'll have all the pregame action. And then we'll bring you all the quarterfinal action. If the girls win and advance on Thursday, they will play again at approximately 7:15 Friday evening. And then should we make it to the championship game on Saturday, that game is scheduled to tip off at approximately 6:30 p.m. And we will bring you all that action for as long as the girls are still playing in the tournament. Now, the boys' tournament will start the following Thursday. So the girls play this Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, hopefully. And then the boys will tip off on the following Thursday. We won't know for sure what that bracket is going to look like probably until tomorrow. But we will have that information to share with you next Thursday on the air. And I'm sure you'll be able to find it on WCHS Sports Online, along with, I would imagine half this town is going to share it through the Facebook page and everything. So there's plenty of opportunities for you to be able to keep up with what's going on so that you can watch, listen, travel, whatever you need to do. But I tell you that these young people, if you can make it to Murfreesboro to come to the Glass House and be present for those games, these young people will absolutely play their hearts out, and they will feed off of the energy of the fans being there.
Yes, they will. They sure did tonight. This stands, I haven't seen it this wild in quite a while, and I come to a lot of these games.
I laughed. David Sis came over here a minute ago, and when you were doing the stats, he tapped me on the shoulder. I took my headset off for a second, and he told me, he said, it was like Rupp Arena in here when we scored and called that timeout. The Richland's assistant coach was over here losing his mind because he didn't hear the whistle for the timeout called, because nobody heard the whistle for the timeout called. All you heard in here was crowd noise because it was like a midnight madness at Rupp Arena.
Yep.
It was crazy.
It was great, man. I'm really excited. I don't know how much longer you plan on staying on here.
Well, I was kind of hoping we might be able to get Coach Franks up here tonight, but it doesn't look like I can't even see him out there. And
I'll go ask him. I'm going to go give my nephew a hug anyways.
Absolutely. But we'll see if we can get Coach Franks up here for a few remarks. We are going to take a quick break here, so stay right here with us. We'll come back in just a few minutes. Either we'll have Coach Franks up here to talk for a few minutes, or we'll bring you back to sign off. But this has been Sub-State Action on Big Oldies Radio.
Oh, you know what to say, man. I'll try.
Wayne County basketball fans, welcome back into Big Oldies Radio. Your final score tonight, Wayne County advances to their second straight state tournament, 52-49 in a very hard-fought contest against the Richland Raiders. And I'm standing right here to my right is championship coach Ryan Franks. Coach, congratulations on a fantastic, hard-fought win tonight.
Thank you. I'm telling you what, there's just not any words to explain how this feels because, man, we were dead in the water right there. I believe it was tied 44. I'll have to go back and watch it. It was tied at 44, and they scored 5 straight.
Yep.
Got an and one, and then we botched a switch, and they got a layup, and, man, I think we came down, missed a 3. I think Kamen missed a 3 there, and they get it back, and they're really good with the ball, and I thought, man, our chances are pretty slim right now if something good doesn't happen. And, gosh, we got a few steals. I told the guys, I don't think we've pressed our full court blue press since Gatlinburg. And but we were able to create some chaos, got a few turnovers. Got it done, man. I'm telling you what, there's just something special about this group. Man, they're just so tough. They just don't quit. They don't give up. They believe in each other. And I just could not be prouder of this group. I mean, we lost some great players off last year's team. We had 3 really, really good seniors, Will and Justice and Sailor, that, you know, played so good down the stretch for us. And we've at times this year, we've really struggled offensively. But man, we somehow find a way, because, you know, the district championship, region championship, we scored 46 both games, I believe, or 44,
46
maybe the other.
44, yeah.
And then here tonight, you know, it's 44-44 late. I could have probably, I mean, everybody I've talked to, I told you, you're going to see a heavyweight fight. You're going to see a really good ball game by 2 teams that mirror each other. Coach Lovelace is an outstanding coach. You know, coaching against a guy like him makes me better. And, you know, I just knew it was going to be a heavyweight fight. I knew it was going to be a dog fight just like it was last year. And the score is almost identical. I can't remember.
Close. Yeah, it's
maybe
close.
we were 49-46 or 45-42. I can't remember the final last year. But, you know, we really felt like this was going to come down to a few possessions, and it did. And fortunately, we were able to, you know, just some guys showed some toughness and was able to make a few plays late. And, you know, Just super proud of our guys and excited to get to go back-to-back trips to Murfreesboro.
Well, it's the thing I was thinking about here, you and I talked off the air after the region win against Perry County the other night, and you made the comment to me that, Kaysen was not going to let them have that ball at the end of the game. And what I saw here tonight as I sat up here in this booth, I saw Logan and Kamen watching his seniors, and I saw them go out there on that floor trailing by 5. And the attitude that they had and the swagger they had said, we're not losing like this.
I'm telling you, man, it's just there's something special about this group, man. They love each other. They believe in each other. I mean, last Thursday night, we're win a region championship game. We're late getting back in, and they're up at 7:30 at the elementary school witnessing to the elementary kids at FCA. I mean, this morning, I come in the locker room and they're having their Bible study. I call it their closing prayer, their Bible study this morning.
Student led, by the way.
Student led, and in our locker room, and I just can't say enough about my guys. The character, the toughness, man. They're just all going to be so successful and going to be they're just all great young men. I love them and I'm proud of them.
And so here we are, 2025, 2026. We've got both the Lady Cats and the Wildcats heading back to the Glass House. You got a lot of travel to plan for the next couple of weeks, my friend.
We sure do. It's a good problem to have. There's a lot of people that like to be in our shoes,
yes,
and I'm not going to complain about traveling one bit.
No, sir, not one bit. And we're looking forward to great basketball for the next couple of weeks. Hopefully, we've still got. Each team still has at least 3 games left, and we'll see how the draw comes out on the bracket tomorrow, I'm sure, and we'll get that together. But as we talked about the girls heading up this week, and then you guys will be heading up the following week, starting on Thursday. You got about 9 days to rest up, heal up, prepare. What do you want to say to the Wayne County fans that are listening?
Well, I was hoping you'd let me say a few things. Man, our student section has been outstanding all year long. I mean, they were packed out down here. Our fans are the best around. I mean, our whole side was packed. We had people behind our bench. We had community members to call us, and we didn't even have to ask. They called, and they wanted to pay for these kids' tickets so they could get into the game free. I mean, we live in a great community. We're so blessed to have the support of our parents and our community and our students, and I could not be prouder to be the head coach and principal at Wayne County High School than I am tonight.
Well, I'd say, you being the principal and the head coach here, and then Coach Miley is one of your assistant principals, I feel really, really good about the leadership. And one of the things that I've told Miley this several times, I'm going to tell you now, what I see from the two of you guys, y'all aren't just teaching basketball. Y'all are creating young men and young women who are going to make a big difference in the world.
I hope so, because, if all I'm teaching these guys is about basketball, then I'm not a very good coach. And so I hope that I'm teaching them more than basketball. I know they're teaching me more than basketball. I'm this group right here. I'm a better man having coached them, and so I'm just so proud.
Well, Coach, I appreciate you taking a few minutes to talk with us tonight. Hopefully, we'll see a big contingent of black and gold both this Thursday and next Thursday in the Glass House as we get ready. Don't know exactly who we'll be playing yet, but we'll find out tomorrow, and I know you're going to get to work on that as soon as you can.
That's right. I guarantee you. Appreciate it, man. Thanks a lot.
I appreciate you. Well, for all of us here at Big Oldies Radio, for myself and Will Mosley, we want to thank you for joining us tonight. For the guys back in the studio, thanks for being part of a phenomenal season of basketball. The regular season is over, but the postseason is not done yet. We will see you Thursday at approximately 4 o'clock for the Lady Cats against the Gordonsville Lady Tigers in state quarterfinal action. The Lady Tigerettes. Yeah, there you go. Wayne County and Gordonsville ladies are playing on Thursday at about 4 o'clock in the afternoon. We'll be on the air about 15 minutes beforehand. So make sure if you're not able to make the trip to Murfreesboro, you tune in. We look forward to a great state championship run, and we'll bring you all that action. For all of us here at Big Oldies, we want to thank you for joining us. You've been listening to Wayne County Basketball on Big Oldies Radio.